Yo, this is just too ironic, man. You know what I mean? I could just see folks like Dr. Grandin saying, "You see, he's he's confused. He's jumping back and forth from the Matrix, and I don't even know what they will say about me, man. Like I didn't ask for this. I really didn't ask for this at all, and I could see why in the Bible, man, Jonah went running. You know what I mean? Cause like it hurts when people will look at you and make fun of you and stuff, man. Like, oh, so you believe God is talking to you and God is giving you messages and stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like, nobody in their right mind will embrace it and stuff. Nobody. You know what I mean? And at the same time, too, like, you know that there's hidden technology and stuff that could fool you and stuff, you know what I mean? But, like, they can trick me, but I want folks to understand this real quick, right? It's kind of like this. When they trick you, it's like a hit. It only stays with you for a little while. You know what I mean? It's not like a permanent hit. Like when God hits you, it's like a bullet. You know what I mean? It stays on you. Like how even a bullet heals, it still sees the scar. You know what I mean? So every time you look at it, oh Lord, you know what I mean? I'm never going like. Let's suppose I'm a robber, and the store owner shot me. That scar is on me forever now. So every time I look at that scar, like, nah, son, I can't rob this dude, man. This dude is a shooter. You know what I mean? Well, when um, the federal agencies and stuff, the deep state is messed with me with their mind readers and stuff, you know what I mean? I'm playing God. That's what it is. It's like a hit. You know what I mean? You feel it. You know what I mean? And like you fall back. You know what I mean? It kind of affects you and stuff. But then probably like a half an hour, let's say like in the half of the day goes by and stuff, and you're back to normal again. Even though they hitting you with they might hit you with the mind reading stuff, and they might do provocating stuff by keeping you boxing at all times and so on. Um, that's weak stuff. You know what I mean? But it's real. I mean, and at the same time too, remember to they have assassinators. Okay, always remember that they have assassinators. It's just the understandable fact of being in the national the security industry, man. In the security industry, they have to have a side. Like people have, they have to pull triggers at times. You know what I mean? You know. So just look at it from that. Like, look at it on the visible side, because the assassinators you can't see, because the real assassinators move in silence. Like what I say, the real gangsters move in silence. Um, anyway, real assassinators move in silence. Okay, right. So on the visible side, the side that we could see, to be law enforcement and to pull triggers and stuff, and knowing that you're gonna kill somebody and so on, you have to have that guts. It takes guts to actually fire a weapon and shoot people and so on. You know what I mean? Um, so for assassinate to do that, they have to be in that lifestyle too, in that mentality. Um, God have assassinators also. You know what I mean? As silly as it sounds, man, Mace had problems with a guy called. They all rappers. They're all celebrities. Um, Rapper Mace had um, problems with Cameron and a guy called Jim Jones. You know what I mean? Mace ain't got nobody got no more and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mace don't walk around with no pistol no more and stuff. You know what I mean? But what he said with confidence, I have the spirit of God protecting me, which is really, really true. Which is really, really true. People like, well, take his bullet right now. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. Like God really does have um, his bodyguards and but what it is, God uses people, man. Like I'll give you an example real quick. If I go into a business and stuff, right, and I want to start selling stuff, it's better for me. And let's suppose my money is limited. I only have $30,000. Okay, right. But I see a old abandoned, beat up manufacturing building selling for 20,000, and it would take like 10 grand to build to fix it up, right? So I could use that 30 grand, use that already established beat up building and make it look good and make that my business. Or I could try to go, cause what I have is 30,000. I'm limited, okay? Or I could go to the bank and get $500,000, because because that's what it takes to make manufacturing businesses these days, man. You know what I mean? It's nothing under no quarter million. And I'm saying, like, all these manufacturing industries and stuff is money, a lot of money to make it. But what I realize God does, God use stuff that's already existing. You know what I mean? I feel like he used the mistakes of the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like they're both playing chess. You know what I'm saying? And for me, like, cause God ain't no loser, man. God always winning. Like, I feel like he uses the mistakes of the devil to prove his point. I'm like, I got you again. I got you again. You know what I'm saying? You know, like right now, like every time I make a mistake and stuff, right? Like, I'm fighting the government and so on, and I think I'm beating them and so on, right? No, they always got me boxing the whole time. That's how God is with the devil. But I did say God and the devil is the same people, because remember now, like, that's the power of good and evil. You know what I mean? That's the power of night and day. Night and day is, one is dark, one is light, but it shares the same date. You know what I mean? It shares the same earth. You know what I mean? Good and evil, it affects a human being, and it's still the same human being. At the end of the day, when that person died, like Hitler was probably good to his people, to his wife and his soldiers and so on, but he was evil the to the people in the concentration camp and stuff. And I mean, so like there's two sides to that dude. You know what I mean? I I I live. I was taught to hate Hitler. And I don't want to use him as an example, but I just want to speak the truth. I mean, like, I don't like Hitler, and I mean, I despise him, and I mean, um, I come from Crown Heights. I come from a Jewish neighborhood and stuff, man. I don't like Hitler. Okay, yeah. So I'll try to find a better example next time around. But that's an example right there. You know what I'm saying? Um, Maybe there's multiple gods. I think I just, yeah, the Bible did say that. You know what I mean? The Bible says there's multiple gods. You know what I'm saying? So depending on how, but like, yo, they gonna say that I'm definitely. I feel for some reason, man, like it's the government. I know it's my team doing this to me. You know what I'm saying? But I promising them, like, that's the devil working behind that, man. Because back in 1996, I told this to my psychiatrist, man. Like, I told him about the dragon, and the dragon was cursing. I told him before I joined the army, and look where I'm at. I'm in Philly. When I was helping the guy with the computer, it was on all in between Fifth Street and the other street on the opposite side of Fifth Street. So it would be Fifth and Sixth Street, and I mean, you know, um, that's when I heard that voice. That voice was supposed to scare me from joining the army, but I, I didn't become scared. Like, I didn't know it was trying to scare me. I just heard it, and no big deal. Like, what? What you said? What? Can I help you? Yeah, oh, that's what you said. Okay, you know what I mean. Um, but it didn't phase me. You know. So when I said to folks, man, like, okay, you guys are man. I could touch you. I could see you. I know you, man, and stuff, man. But behind you is a demonic force. I mean, and the devil doesn't want the message getting out and so on. So he's gonna use you guys to label me as schizo effective. But how come I'm schizo and I don't need medicine? Okay, sometimes it's stuff like that can happen. And I mean, that's that conspiracy stuff. And I mean, okay, we spray in the pot with you and stuff. You're being unbothered by it. And I mean, we try to kill you. they're gonna say that was my mistake and so on. Okay, I'm gonna go by it. That car accident in Canada was my mistake and so on. I survived. And I mean, I survived the IED in Iraq. Oh yes, I get it. It wasn't a big bad explosion, but it was still an explosion. You know what I mean? What else? They go say all kind of stuff. When the guy shoots at my rims, like for some reason it didn't hit my tire, my car didn't flip over because I got bigger rims now. You know what I'm saying? And generally, like that guy's a death trap. You know what I mean? Anybody anybody of pure intelligence, when they look at my car, should know that's a death trap. When that guy shooting my rim, my car could have flipped over. I could have he could have missed the rim, shoot at the tire. I get a flat. Me speeding on Route 11 going over 55 miles an hour could have caused my car to tumble over or wishy-washy. Wishy-washy. Swerve and stuff because of a flat tire, and I could have flipped over. Many things could have happened. I'm still alive. You know what I mean? You guys like to believe in creating doubt and stuff. Well, let's create doubt in that too. You know what I'm saying? I realized and then the pandemic and so on. Like it's so much coincidences, man. There's so much coincidences. At the end of the day, like I'm just trying to survive. You know what I mean? I don't want to look at myself as no superhero because that's what when somebody of religious background think of a prophet, that's our version of a superhero. You know what I'm saying? You know. And when the spirit of God with you and stuff, man, it makes you have a superior complex, and I could see why they said that. Use the word that when somebody has schizophrenia, they feel that some kind of superiority stuff is going on. I could see why, cause sometimes like when I know I have the spirit of God with me, I was like, they can't touch me, man. They can't touch me. I know, okay, they'll provoke me, so like, you know what? That's what they could do. You know what I mean? They can't kill me and stuff. So it does create a little bit of superiority complex and stuff, man. You know, and sometimes it makes you feel like, all right, today I'm gonna test somebody, man. I got God with me right now. I'm gonna test them, but it's always humbleness. I mean, because remember to right, if you walk around with that mind, you're kind of tempting the Lord thy God too. You know what I mean? Like, because when Satan came to tempt God, he said something, and Christ's response was, "Tempt not the Lord thy God." You know what I mean? Because like it's kind of like standing on the edge of a bridge and jumping. You know what I mean? You know God has your back, but if you jump, you actually provoking the Lord to come out of his comfort zone to catch you. You know what I mean? Nah, he doesn't operate like that. You know what I'm saying? So now you tempting the Lord thy God now. You as a servant standing on the edge of the bridge taking your life is like tempting the Lord thy God. You know what I mean? And I was doing that, man, because when I was in Iraq, man, I was at a really low point, man. I was taking the rungs out of my magazine. I'm ashamed to say this, and I was putting my mouth and I was trying to suck on that shit. I was like, you know, let the poison from that shit actually come. I was too coward to, because I had my shit loaded and I would put the fucking rifle to my head, man, and like at times like I'm pulling it, but it doesn't want to go. You know what I mean? And maybe because me being fearful of it too, yeah. You know, I don't want to pull the trigger and shit, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this bullet off. I'm ashamed to talk about it. In the name of Jesus, I bind that. I don't want to think about it. In the name of Jesus, I bind that. Boom! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm starting another video, man.